Hi, I'm Selena.
I'm Kayla.
I'm Sade, and we are
Fave 3.
And thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Raw. We'll be filling you guys in on some raw, uncut shiznai. Dun, 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 dun. So let's get into it. How was you guys' weekend?
My weekend was great. How was yours, Kaylee?
Mine was good.
Mine was good.
I didn't really do much this weekend. I was just recovering from a cold, and we was just chill the whole weekend. We were all doing our own different things.
Yeah.
It was just vibing, you feel me?
Got my
Vibing.
recommended time of sleep. Had my Sunday fun day. Went to the beach with Dubins.
Shout out to our Dubins,
Shout out to Mr.
videographer,
Innocent.
Videographer, photographer, Mr. Innocent 7.
himself.
And speaking of Mr. Innocent, check out our very first vlog. It's up on YouTube. Just
Definitely.
#Fave3, and you will see me and Selena's birthday turn up.
Yes.
It's about to
it
be
was fucking
lit.
lit.
And stay
On
tuned
the
for more vlogs as well that will be uploaded on YouTube. But how was your weekend, Sade? You didn't really...
Yeah, my weekend was kind of like weird. I wasn't really feeling good, so I was just like chilling. But I was booed up. I've been booed up all month actually, but it's only because
cool.
I know, right? But I'm not anymore. Tears, because Bay left, and yeah, so he left
that
and
work.
he went back up to Jersey, and now I'm little old Shasha. Just
Back at it again.
back at it again with the
Normal life.
yeah, facts. But yeah, so it was great. Like I had a really good weekend, and just thinking about my weekend, I had a really good month, and I was just like so like content and so like I had a good summer.
Everything was flowing. Like,
Yeah, everything
lit.
was flowing. I feel like I had a really good summer. I did some things that like I've always wanted to do. Like you know, how there's certain summer goals that you have, like relating back to our old podcast that like you do with your friends, that you do as a pastime. And some that you even want to do with the babe, like I felt like I was able to do. Like I went to Disney World, I went to
Yeah, you had
SeaWorld.
a lit ass
Bitch,
little
I was
month.
doing a lit, like a whole bunch of little lit things. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. But now that's over, cries. But yeah,
So how are you going to do now without him being here with you? It's going to be a little sad.
yeah. I mean, it's a little sad, but it's bittersweet because it's not like he had to leave like just to go and say bye, bitch. Like I'm out or like
Yeah,
I'm
I was only
moving.
here for a month.
Yeah, you know, like he came down here initially and he was here for a month and I guess that was his break. But now he's back. And so it's okay. Like I talk to him every day. Like I'm always on FaceTime. We're always on the phone. Like we're always talking. Like I know his schedule. He knows mine. So it's just like, you know, like they coincide. So I know that he's not doing anything crazy. He knows I'm not doing anything crazy. So
Jit is all the way up in New Jersey and
I
you
know.
down here in Florida. Like, how you going to do with the long distance?
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's different. But, you know, it's not like it's just somebody that, like, I just found. I'm just like, okay, like, hey, let's give it a go. Like, no, like, you know, we built a connection. We had a connection before he left. So it's not going to be any different. Like, you know?
Facts.
What about you?
I don't know. Long distance relationships are kind of like iffy to me. I don't know how I'll be able to do it. And speaking of long distance relationships, that actually goes back to the Snapchat that this girl named
Gotta love Snapchat.
Kel Hosea. Yeah, gotta love Snapchat. They be filling you in on some raw, uncut shit for real.
Literally.
So this
I love
girl, she really
Snapchat.
wanted us to, you know, mention the fact that like long distance relationships are actually in effect, and she had a little bit to say about it. So I was pretty much just asking like what topics we should talk about today, and you know, she mentioned that long distance relationships is something that's going on, and this is how she felt about it. Shout out to you, Kel Hosea. I'm so sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. I'm just mixing.
You
two
still
things.
raw.
Raw as fuck, because you gave me this slick little thing. So she said, I feel like it's something everyone should experience. She's referring to long distance relationships. People always tend to give up because their loved ones are miles away. You guys should let everyone know that it's something amazing if you try it. And also, because I follow Shadi on Snap,
Hey.
her boyfriend lives in New York and she lives in Florida. So she thinks that we should definitely make this topic very known because it's going through a lot of
Is
different.
she in a long distance relationship?
She actually didn't tell me that, but she wanted to just let people know that she feels like people should really go through long distance relationships because I feel like what she's referring to is like she's learning from it because
Right.
she's like going through it, and then when she sees her man or vice versa, whatever.
Yeah,
know,
I feel like
it's
9 times
always
out of 10 she
something
is
good.
going through a long
just
distance
gonna say-
relationship
Yeah.
because people who live right around the corner from Bay, that's the last thing on their mind is a long
Facts.
distance relationship. And if she does live right around the corner
she definitely brought it
from
up,
her
so.
boyfriend, that would be funny if she thinks that that's a long distance relationship. But I know she's probably
Yeah.
like a state
That's
away
my
or
man
something,
tricking on her.
right?
A couple miles away.
Imagine that. Like, imagine if you were talking to somebody online or something,
Mm-hmm.
and then you guys get together and you never been to his house. You just like, oh, where do you live? And he's like, oh, I live in Ohio.
Catfish.
Right. Come to
Me,
find
where
out
you
he's
at?
Motherfucker.
right around the corner. Like, oh, Ohio, eh? AKA right around the corner on Broward Boulevard. That's where
Right.
you live.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, speaking of Broward Boulevard, I have to have a short little moment. Kayla Forbes
Oh,
Oh.
Evans, bring
Who
it back.
Hills is the funniest little shrimp. Like, she called me and she cheered me up one
From
of
the
the
job
days.
phone.
Yeah, from the job phone.
Oh, I see.
I'm in the hospital.
Not working
and
on
she
the
calls,
job.
and she's like, "Hi, is Sade available, please?" And I'm like, "This is she." Now, mind you,
She called you restricted? You
no,
didn't-
she called me on the job phone, but I knew it was her. But you know, I had to make her feel
Oh,
good.
okay.
Oh,
So
don't
I was
even do
playing
me.
along.
Could have been anybody from work.
255.
Could have been anybody from
255.
work. Could've been
255, y'all
Boston.
call me off for 255.
No.
Sorry,
So
no.
Kayla goes, "Hi, this is Keisha. I'm calling from the I Found Your Man department. Is Sade available, please?" So I'm like, "Yeah, Keisha, what's up? Like, this is
Keisha.
Sade. What's going on?" Well, she's like, "I was just giving you a
What's
call
going on?
because, yeah, I found your man and he was wandering around Broward Boulevard. So I stopped him, and it just so happened that he had on a name
tag.
a name tag that said Sade's man. So I was just calling you to see when you would like me to drop your man off, and I'm just sitting here like dying laughing at the fact
Like, where
that
is
she-
my man?
my man right next to
Right
me. Then I
next to
turned
her.
over to him and I was like, "You was on Broward Boulevard?" Because
Keisha just found you.
Keisha just found your ass, and it was just so funny because I'm like, bro, like,
And then
you're
you know
hilarious.
when I was like making that call and I got off the phone, I was just at work, bored as shit, thinking to myself, I was like, yo, what if there was really such thing?
As a found your
Like
man
as a
app.
found your man department. Like if you
How would
really
you be able to
Who made
detect
that
your
out?
nigga?
like if your nigga, oh, let me not call him your nigga. If your man got off work at 6:00,
and he ain't home by 6:08.
right? Or if
You
he's-
better
or
ask him
if
for your
he's not
location.
realistically home by
you
like
at?
6:45, 7:00. Don't ask him where he
Ask
is.
Keisha.
I'm gonna ask Keisha. I'm gonna go on the app. I'm gonna go online and I'm
Keisha's
gonna
gonna
type
be
it
the name
in,
of the app.
right?
Found your
Keyword,
man.
black shirt, khakis,
Tims,
dress.
like where you at?
Some tattoos.
You guys are fucking
Yeah,
hilarious.
but if you need to find your man, then he shouldn't be your man because you should already know where your man is. So let's just remember that.
right.
Facts.
And speaking back onto the topic, sorry,
Yeah, we had to
sorry.
just throw that in there
Had
because
to
it's
throw
funny
that
as
in there.
fuck.
How do you guys feel about long distance relationships? Like, do you think that they're workable? Do you think that like
They are workable, but I just feel like for certain people,
for
Yeah,
certain people?
yeah, you would have to like want that in a sense. Like if you're the kind of person to maybe always want somebody around you, then long distance relationships isn't for you. But if you're okay with the fact like, okay, my man's doing this and that, and he's doing it in a whole nother state, and you're doing your own thing down here, I feel like there's a lot of like trust
Yeah.
and things to deal with it. But how you
Kaylee?
feel, Kaylee?
Kaylee. I feel that long distance relationships are hard, and you definitely have to have a bond with that person. You guys already have to like know each other inside and out to be able to be away from each other for so long. And I also feel like it depends. Like timing has a lot to do with long distance relationships because let's just say you just get in the relationship. You guys probably been together for a month or two, and then you guys separate. I feel like it may be just a little bit more tough on that relationship because it's new, like it's fresh. Like you guys just started, so it's just kind of like probably giving birth to a baby, and then your grandma takes care of your baby for the
Before
next
you-
5 months,
yeah.
right? It's just like you have the baby, it's your baby and everything, but your grandma has it, so you're not really,
So you're
seeing your
technically
baby.
not
Yeah.
raising
So,
your
and then-
kid the first couple
yeah, it's
weeks.
just like you're gonna really like. I feel like that's just gonna be the times you're just gonna really, 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 really miss that person
Right.
because you just got in a relationship with them. Like, of course, you guys built up to even get to that point. So that's how I feel about it on like the kind of like just like
General
medium,
terms,
yeah, like that
mixed
kind of
feeling,
thing.
emotion. about
And
it.
then they like long
Mixing
distance
vodka and
relationships.
emotions.
They say that heart distance makes the heart grow fonder. So it can
was
also
reading that
make
too.
somebody make two people grow closer together by being apart.
So far away.
Yeah, and they can you can appreciate that person more. Everybody gets their space as long as you still communicate. Communication is key, so it'll still be like
space
you'll
is
be
okay, but
in a
I'll
relationship.
be okay with a week of space, not a whole year of space.
That's the only thing
But,
with
like,
long
that's
distance
the hard
relationship.
part.
You can't tell how long, and you can't be the
Yeah.
person to say, okay, we're going to be in this long distance relationship, but for a month or for 2 months.
exactly. That's how I would want to run things, but
You
it
just
can't.
have to hold it down for one another.
And I was gonna say that because Selena said, correct me if I'm wrong, but when I asked you, you said that, oh, I could do that, or like you can't. But it's just like, what if you're in a circumstance where
Exactly.
it's like, you don't sign up for, hey, yeah, like my nigga lives in Texas and I'm gonna talk to him, or my girlfriend lives in Cali and I'm all the way on the other side of the coast. Like, you don't plan it.
Yeah,
so it's like
something
in the
that just happens.
Yeah,
in the
so
event,
in the event that it's something that ends up just happening and it's somebody that you're with and then a situation occurs, then what?
I mean, that's when I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to stick it out. But if I can't stick it out for so long, because I'm that type of person who also need to have like, that assurance that my nigga's with me, and like just communicating over the phone and over the internet will be kind of difficult, because there's a whole bunch of emotions that are going through your head. Like, okay, he's in a whole nother state. What is he doing right now? I'm only knowing what he's doing by texting him. Okay, let me FaceTime him. Okay, for like FaceTiming for like a couple minutes and your Wi-Fi goes out. Then you're just like, it's a little bit difficult with that. But I mean, if in the event that I would have to go through something like that, I mean, I'll go through it for, of course, because that's my nigga and that's who I'm going to hold it down. But
Rock with.
yeah,
As
I'm
you
a
like
rock
to
with him. You
say.
feel me? Exactly. But I mean, I don't know. It's kind of tricky. I would
tricky,
have to be in that situation to really know. And have you guys ever been in like that situation?
Well,
Besides shot right now.
Going back to how you said that, like, you would be worried if, like, the FaceTime call drops or fails. That's where trust would all come in. 'Cause you shouldn't be in a relationship if you don't have trust.
Exactly.
And if you trust a person and the Wi-Fi call
Automatically.
drops or fails, it should be cool. Deep down, it's never really going to be cool. It's never going to be cool to be
What
like,
happened?
right, why you didn't come back immediately?
Exactly.
Why you
We
can't
was
go
just having a
outside
deep
and get some
convo.
signal?
Say you
Later
love
on.
me.
Right?
And then
Go
Connect to a
outside.
hotspot.
Just put your phone up to the sky and get some
Sign up
freaking
for
service.
Xfinity.
Get your MacBook. Like,
Exactly. Do
what's going
something.
on?
Go to a 24-hour Dunkin' Donuts and use their
Go to
Wi-Fi.
McDonald's. They got free Wi-Fi all the time.
But anyways, I've never been in a long distance relationship. All the people that I be talking to be right around the block. So, right? But no, if I were in a long distance relationship, I feel like I would do pretty good because I'm not the most clingiest person in the world.
Yeah.
And I'm not the most like on your dick type person in the world unless it's like literal. But but besides no, I wasn't even the one who said that. That was Dubins. But yeah, so I would do okay in a long distance relationship, but I may be saying that now until
You're
let's just say I'm
actually in
actually
it.
in one. So now the only thing that I can think of to be like really realistic is like, since I'm not the type to show emotions all the time and just be like, oh my gosh, like lovey-dovey, whenever I am ready to be in that state and show emotions and just be like, I'm going to be really sad because I'm not going to be able to. So that is where I would be devastated.
Exactly.
That's when I would have to dig into my freaking savings and get a flight, or you gonna have to
You
get me a
ain't digging
flight.
into your
right?
savings.
I thought
Right?
about
I was
that.
just about to
I tried to sound humble.
You want to see me? Okay, book it.
Mm-hmm.
Straight
Oh, no.
up.
I was trying to.
I
be
mean, I'm
humble.
like, babe, I understand the funds are kind of, you just
Nah.
moved, you feel me? So, I mean, in a couple of months, you could settle that flight.
See, reasonable, shorty. You a
you have to
reasonable,
be
shorty.
reasonable with your nigga.
Yeah,
That's what, and it all goes with in a long distance relationship. You do have to be reasonable.
Yeah. Depending, it's all dependent, but still, I mean, flights these days aren't that expensive.
Okay.
They're
Unless
really
you're trying to go to the
not.
other side of the world, like
Which
California.
is true. You got to get them ahead of time. But yeah, I definitely feel like I'd be able to maintain in a long distance relationship. Like, I'm not in a relationship right now, so what I was trying to do was trying to put myself like in the relationship that I, if I was in one, if I could have put myself in that relationship and figured, okay, what if that person had to move? How would I feel? But I
That's the
can't.
tough part, though,
Yeah.
too. Like, what if you were in a relationship with someone for like a year, and then they just bust out, babe, I really like you and everything, and we can still work this out, but I'm moving to Cleveland in like
Well, I'm
a
moving
week.
with you.
We might as well just go together because I'm not gonna live in Florida.
That
while
is
you in,
something to think about.
It's so crazy.
but
Guys,
not if,
hi.
but not if,
Forget about me over here.
No, but
Can
not
I
if
chime
you
in?
not if you were in a relationship for a year. If you're in a relationship for a year,
That's
it's
a
too
crazy
soon.
part.
But let's just say if you're at least in a relationship for 2 to 3 years, it would be okay to move with them. I feel.
Oh, definitely.
If you were in that
Temporary.
state, yeah, temporarily, of course, not set up whole
you can
shop.
see how it is.
Yeah,
and then,
that would be cute.
right.
I'm just like really kind of shocked right now because I really never classified me and my situation as a long distance relationship. Like now that we're talking about it, it's kind of like weird because it really like
It kinda
really
is.
Yeah, but it's I don't know like the way that I feel about it. Like before, I used to think that long distance relationships are kind of like weird because you never really know what you're getting yourself into, and it's just like this person can be doing this but tell you otherwise. But like Kayla said, that's where trust comes in, and I just feel like with that being said, it's just so weird because the way that I feel about it is how I am with my situation. It's different because the way that I am, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like the chemistry that I have with the person that I'm talking to. It's like it's there, you know. So to me, it doesn't even feel like you're
Yes,
miles
you're
away.
very
It just feels
secure
like
with
you're
your
home,
relationship.
and I can't see you right now because you got a flat or like or some weird shit. And I mean, of course, it's just times it's like, oh, I miss you too. But then it makes it like better because when I do see you, it's like,
Yeah.
fireworks, you know. But I don't know, and it's just like this is kind of like technically my first like legit long distance relationship. Like there are people that I would talk to, and if they didn't live here, it's just like okay, but you're
just my
nobody.
friend,
Yeah,
really.
like you're just somebody. But for this situation, yeah. And it's kind of weird, and it's just so ironic that this is like the subject of matter, and the man literally just left. But
Literally like
yeah,
a couple days ago.
it's not that bad. You guys should try it.
I mean,
Yeah.
Cause I'm no like what you were saying, like how you like be clingy and some things might be hard. Like I'm super like that. Like I love to cuddle. I'm always like, oh, come here, give me attention, you know. But it's just like I know that the reason why I'm not with you is something productive. Like,
and
it's
that's gonna
not
help you guys
just-
maybe in the long run as
Yeah,
well. So
exactly.
yeah, I mean, I tried a long distance relationship back in like Uvu days. You know, when you meet your little bae on Facebook or something, and y'all exchange Uvus, y'all long distance right there. But I never really experienced an actual long distance relationship where somebody was in another state. I mean, yeah, no, never happened. Have
What do
you,
you
Kayla?
guys? What do you guys? No, she. What do you guys feel like are like the major pros and cons with that? Like in those situations.
Well,
with people?
for starters,
Dun, 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 dun.
I think a pro of it is, like I said, how absence makes the heart grow fonder. So that's the biggest pro. Which kind of coincides with that is that you can kind of get to know the person better because when they aren't long distance and they're right under your nose, you only see them from that point of view and that perspective. So that when they have a little bit of space between you, can see how you guys both operate, and you can see kind of how you guys are going to act when shit hits the fan.
Right.
And that shit being the distance. Like, you guys are going to see how you guys can act. Because that can be as a test. Like, you ever been with somebody and they're like, oh, you're going to test me for this, you're going to test you for that. Like, that's a test. Like, let's test our love over this long distance relationship, So those are
See
pros.
if it's really gonna go through.
Because and let's just say it does happen and they come back home and you guys reunite and everything's great. You guys pass. Like, it's like you were put up for a test and you passed the test. Because imagine, let me just keep that like separate. So that's my pro section. And the con section of a long distance relationship is, of course, you miss the person all the time.
Right.
I wouldn't say that you have to worry about cheating, but then if you trust a person, you don't. So that's like, it's half and half. And then the other third thing is you can get tempted. Like if you're away.
That's so true. You could get tempted.
Yeah,
now that I
facts.
think
If
about
you're
it.
away and you let's just say you typically would go out with your significant other to a party, but they're not here, so you go out with so person and you want to dance.
filling that blank,
Right, it's
in
not
a
like you're
sense.
cheating because you're dancing, but you shouldn't be dancing. Like it's just so much.
And
but
that goes back to
yeah.
being like trustworthy and communication and all that.
And that's why you say, that's why I feel like Selena says that not everybody can be in a long
Can
distance
fit
relationship.
for it,
Like, there's some things that shit ain't for everybody. Like, there's just some things that go that way. So what are your pros and cons?
It kind of goes a little bit with what Kayla was saying, because you do, like, when you're in a relationship with someone, and if you know that your relationship is at like a point where you can see it going further, you definitely have to see somebody when they're happy. You definitely have to see somebody when they're sad. You have to go through all these
all
emotions
aspects,
first, and all aspects, exactly. So if this is like your so-called test, you know, let's just say you guys, a test could be anything. He could be going on a business trip to like Atlanta for like 3 weeks,
right?
or something,
or the
and
weekend, or whatever it is.
same. And you know, he could be testing you like, okay, I'm going to Atlanta for 3 weeks and I'm here. Let's see what she's gonna do. Blah blah blah. So that, you know, you guys can all. The trust is definitely something that definitely be a standstill in the relationship. But also what Kayla was saying, distractions and like decisions, like you definitely want to have your mindset on that person. So that's my pros. Like, as long as you have like you're secure with that person, there shouldn't be
major
security. And what about the sex?
Oh yeah,
Who you gonna have sex
sexually
with in a
frustrated?
long distance relationship?
Oh,
Bay is thousands of miles away.
You better get a dildo. You better watch some porn. If you really want to stay with your man, you better beat his meat over there in Orlando, and you better stay down here and do what you want.
God.
You better get yourself some sort of toy to fix whatever issue you got going on. That
All right.
You're gonna have some
You know?
FaceTime after dark time.
Facts. You better tell him to
something.
whisper something in your ear.
all right.
All right.
All right. Anyways, but no, like for me, I feel like with the pros and cons are pretty much what you guys said, but I feel like definitely you build a connection more because, like what Kayla was saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder. I feel like when you're in a long distance relationship or any type of relationship where you don't see each other as much, it makes a slot for you guys to build a better connection
And miss each other.
Yeah, and miss each other
That's
because there it's more than just a physical relationship, you know? Like you guys are connecting
Let's get
on
physical.
facts. You guys are connecting on levels more than just like
Okay.
sex and more than just like being up under each other. No, like I have no choice but to talk to you. Like the only thing that you and I can do
Exactly.
is talk. So if I'm talking to you
Communication.
24/7, I'm talking to you every single day, like I'm learning your ins and outs. Like I'm learning everything about you. And I learn more, and it's just better because it makes you more valued. It makes like you value the person more. It makes you appreciate the person more. So it's just lit. And then with trust, and I feel like a pro and a con is actually trust because it can work.
that's why I was a little confused.
Yeah,
too.
it can work in both ways because if you have trust, it's a pro. But if you don't have trust, it's a con because then you're gonna be like, "What you doing? Who you with? What's your
24/7.
sign? Where you from? Like all this extra shit." And then I feel like for the cons, the biggest thing, like for me, I get irritated if I don't see somebody for a long time, and then I
Same.
start picking at like little things, and I get into little stupid arguments. But it's just like I'm only doing this because I can't see you. I'm only doing this because I miss you. You know. So it's kind of like that, and then like having worries or having doubt, but that all falls back under trust and like missing a person. And then of course like saying, okay, well maybe I can't do this, and then eventually like ending up giving up. But it's just like you're not gonna give up if you've been going X
Holding
amount
it
of
down
time.
already.
Yeah, so it's just like don't do that because it's not cool. And then somebody, shall I say, Julian, Mr. I Hate Julian, if any of you guys know who we're referring to, had a little comment, and I quote, "Niggas in long distance relationships are either A, the smartest niggas alive, or B, the dumbest nigga alive."
So pretty much, just to break it down, y'all niggas wouldn't know what the fuck he was saying. He was pretty much saying y'all gonna be smart with your relationship. You still gonna cheat on
Have
the
your
nigga.
cake and eat
and
it
have
too.
your cake and eat it too. Exactly. So
Oh, we all know Julian would love that.
Oh, he would
Julian
love-
and his friends.
He would love all of his
few
wants
his
a
friends.
big ass cake.
All of his
A
little
few
tiny
Julian's friends would love to just have their main number one girl and have the love and have the connection, but just have her in another state.
Right.
Oh boy!
Oh, God.
just
And
like
then
Future have a bitch
all
in every
the-
city.
They
And you
have
know that
it.
this person is 100% committed, and you know, oh, I'm smart.
Home waiting.
I'm smart. She at home. She not gonna do nothing. That's BM. That's BM.
I'm gonna tell her I'm going to sleep at this time
I would
and not
say
text her.
that's the A part where they're the smartest in the world because they have their cake and they're gonna eat it, just not right now because it's a little bit far. So that's
When
the
you
long
want.
distance part. Yeah, and then they're the dumbest in the world if I feel what he's saying is if like they're not doing all that.
And they
they're
slip
doing the
up.
opposite of that, and they're like they're staying faithful, so they're just pretty much like losing out because they're not
Yeah, I was
with their
thinking
person that they
exact
have.
Same thing. Like I'm.
Yeah, like they're with them
Yeah.
and you have them, but they're not under your nose. So it's just like you're kind of wasting time because you could be talking to somebody else that is with you, but that person
That's
that is in the
literally
same
the
state
perfect-
with you is not the person that you want.
Definition.
So that's why you should always go with the person that you want and
Exactly.
stay true and stay loyal.
Facts.
Because you can get all these girls or these guys that are in your area, but they aren't the person you want. So just keep that person at like a high standard and remember what you're in this for.
You definitely don't want to just make time for somebody right then and there. You want to make time for somebody for the rest
Yeah.
of like.
And it's
however
like
long.
this what we're talking about happens every day for people. Like what I like to think about, like how they had Basketball Wives, the show, and when like let's just say the basketball player lives in Florida and they play for the LA Lakers, they're all the way over there while their family and their home is still like at one place. So that's where they can hold it down and do the right thing, or not hold it
keep at
down
it.
and have somebody waiting
lit.
in their hotel room for them every other game, every
Even though
other
you're
night.
on the phone
Yeah.
with your wife, talking
With
about
your
something.
kids
Oh
at home.
yeah, okay, I'm about to go to the hotel and freshen up. I'll talk to you later. And you get off the phone and then you're getting undressed. Like
Yeah, so just
I don't
make sure, like,
understand.
that's why that comes in with the person that you're in a relationship with, just like being loyal. What's the point of having that person around if you don't even want them around?
Exactly.
It's being greedy.
Yeah, and I feel like if you guys are in a long distance relationship and it's in like one of the circumstances where like you're able to like see the person or you're able to like do something, that shit literally always is like the best. Because for example, I wasn't really gonna get too much into this, but with me and my relationship, the person that I'm with, like I've known him for a long time, but the situation with us literally just happened. And before he left, him and I were together for we're seeing each other. We're dating, quote unquote, before we were in a physical relationship. But we were like, we spent a lot of time together before he left. So once he left, like it was already like, damn, bro, like we have all these emotions, we have all these feelings, and now you're leaving. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna thug it the fuck out. Like that's the only thing we can
That's
do.
the only option. That's what you're willing
Right,
to
and
do.
that's what we want to do. So he left, and he was gone for about like a month, and then I actually went up there to see him. When I went up there, it was just like, oh my gosh, like, went up there a quick little weekend. I got to go back to New York because that's where I'm originally from. And I overall just had, like, an amazing time, and I did not want to leave. So I left. I came back home, and he was gone for, like, another 2 weeks. And then that's when he ended up coming back down here. And I'm telling you, like, there was such a difference from before I left for the first time and coming home and then leaving again. Because it's just, like, you realize, like, how much shit is changed and how much of a connection you grow. And especially, like, if you are lucky enough to get moments in between them when you can see that person. But otherwise, like, if you're in a relationship and it's harder sometimes, then, it's not always going to be like that. But you just literally have to just make it willing, like, whatever the circumstance may be.
Yeah, that's what I was saying with long distance relationships. Like, if you're in one right at this moment, I mean, there's different, like, there's restrictions and there's agreements that you guys can conclude, like, together over the phone or whatever, make arrangements to see each other. So long distance can definitely be worked out if if you guys can both come to, like, some sort of agreement as far as, like, seeing each other and communicating and, just letting each other know that you're still there for them and you didn't forget about them, pretty much. That's why people are a little bit scared of long distance relationships, because they feel like their significant other may forget about them, or just not necessarily, like, it could lead into, like, a potential heartbreak. So that's why people are just scared of, like, getting into a long distance relationship, because they don't want to have to go through a heartbreak when they could just, find somebody in their local
Here.
area
And
already.
then blame the heartbreak on being, the distance is too much.
Yeah, because it
get
could
to
be
see
worked
you,
out. That's the thing.
And I
It
barely
all
talk
depends on
to
the
you.
person.
You're always busy. Like, girls, don't fucking nag. Like, I always say, just don't nag.
That's
and
one
guys,
thing niggas don't like is when bitches
Yeah.
nag, to be real.
And guys, don't be annoying. Like, if your girl
Or
wants
guys
to
don't
go out,
nag either. Guys can
Yeah.
nag
yeah,
too.
guys can nag like bitches for real. No offense.
it's just like cut
And
it.
that is the worst
Cut the crap.
trait.
It's just like if she wants to go out and she's hanging out with her dogs, like let her do her thing. Like don't be on.
She
her
coming to
dick.
you every night or in the morning or whatever the
She
fuck.
can't really come to you if it's long distance.
Oh yeah, she gonna call you on FaceTime or something. I don't know. Whichever way y'all communicate, but it's cute.
Very cute.
I wish you guys were here to see that moment.
It was so funny.
But a heartbreak is something that everybody would want to avoid under all circumstances. But that doesn't necessarily mean that if you are in a relationship, you should automatically say, maybe I should get out of this because I want to avoid, getting my heart broken. I want to avoid us getting our feelings in too deep and just breaking it off. So now one thing I feel about heartbreaks is that you leave the person, like you get your heart broken or whatever and you go on with your life. And if you guys remember, I believe 2 podcasts ago, I gave you guys the 3 rules of how to fall out of love. So that would come back in hand. Yeah, just refer back to that. That would get you out. But the person that you leave, you always leave them with something, like you guys will never just leave each other. You always leave like a mark and have an impact on that person in their heart if you really meant something to them. And I feel like one thing that I realized like with heartbreaks is like that person, they can teach you some things and you can go on and just like, like it's kind of like learning from your mistakes, or even it doesn't even have to be like a mistake. It can be something positive that person taught you that you like, went on and you can share with the next person in your relationship. It's so funny.
It's so true.
Go, Kayla.
Mm-hmm.
And one last little like tip from my end, it definitely goes into like when you're in a relationship with someone, it definitely brings you guys closer when you do eventually see each other after a while. I feel like that's like the best moment ever when you haven't seen someone for so long and then they just like, I'm coming down and you're here. And then you guys are getting ready to go to the airport and then you finally see them and it's just like, oh my gosh. And then all this time you guys spent over the phone and all this time you thinking he was with another bitch or she was with another nigga. You just like all the feelings just come at once and it's just great.
One time I was talking to somebody and we were mad and we weren't talking for a week and then we seen each other after a week. It was like,
so it's bittersweet.
People do it for like 3 months and 2 months and it's just it's a great thing.
It's an amazing thing.
Right?
It's a great thing. Don't tell me I just love it. And you fuck around and you fuck around.
You don't fuck around.
Don't fuck around, y'all.
Don't fuck around.
And then shit happens. All right. JK. But no, like really quick, this one girl, she Snapchatted me also, and we love to give people advice on Snapchat. And she literally sent me like 2 fucking books. And she was just pretty much explaining to me how she lives here, her boyfriend lives in Jamaica, and she doesn't really hear from him. As soon as she said that, I was like, oh,
hate
to be in that situation, girl. He out here. He is out here.
Yeah.
But listen to the story. She told me that she has a relationship with this guy in Jamaica, and she doesn't ever get to see him, but they talk and they've known each other for a really long time. So then she said that the situation with her boyfriend is that he ended up getting arrested, and once he got arrested, she didn't hear anything from him. Like she didn't know where he was. She didn't even like I think she found out that he was arrested through somebody else. And
Facts.
when she did, she said she's been trying to contact him. She's trying to contact the jail. She's trying to contact all of these people, and she doesn't know what to do. So I'm sitting here like,
is this story really like?
Yeah, but I mean, it's facts. But I mean, she's not hearing from her boyfriend because he's quote unquote in jail.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so I'm thinking one out of 2 things.
Really
I'm like,
jail?
either baby, he's not in jail. I told her straight up. I said, you need to look it up on the computer, search his name, find his. And then she was like, oh no, look, it's real. Blah, 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 blah. He wrote me, but now he's in jail, and I don't know what to do. So thinking about that, like, it goes hand in hand. Like, sometimes a long-distance relationship can't be because, like, your other is in jail.
Yeah, of course.
And a lot of people go through situations like that where it's like their girlfriend's in jail or mainly their boyfriends are in jail.
Tough.
And it's just like, what do you do in a situation like that? Because, yeah, I can't see you, but it's literally like I can't see you at all. Like, for
barely like talk to you either. Like, you guys are communicating through notes and maybe some, like, visits like that aren't necessarily scheduled every single day or every other week.
That
like,
shit's hard.
That's hard. And shout out to those
couldn't do that.
people who are in a relationship and their significant other happens to be in jail.
I know a few people that do that.
That's pretty tough.
And I know the way that they make it work is they just try to go to all the visits and make all the phone calls and do all that stuff. So I feel like that is the main thing. Like, it all goes back to communication. Because, like the same way, well, hopefully, I don't know what he's in jail for, but hopefully it's not anything, like, ridiculous.
Like, life-threatening.
Yeah, if it's, like if it's, like, years, like, it's so tough. But, like, Cardi B, for example, her significant other is in jail, and she claims that she holds it down while she's out here making this music thing, and she
And
go
she
to
lit.
jail and she take her jail photos with her man and she posts them on Instagram.
gosh.
Bro, I freaking love Cardi B. She's just so
She's
funny.
so real with
She's
it.
so real with. That's why
That's
I feel
that's
like
the key.
you know,
You have to be real with your significant other.
Have to be.
Regardless. 'Cause boy.
and let
Yeah.
it be known.
Definitely. So if you guys are in a long distance relationship, you heard what we said. If it's hard for you, maybe you're just not cut out for it, or maybe it's just God testing you, and you need to like say,
Yeah,
okay,
him
well,
everything happens for a reason. Always keep that
like
in mind.
if it's worth it, it'll work. If it's not worth it, it won't work. If you have any questions, you need some more advice, I'm all ears. Hit me on Snap, and yeah. And
That's
just
a wrap.
And before we go, just want to remind you guys of August 6th,
Woo-hoo!
Seaside Solstice pool party that we are hosting.
rooftop at the Congress.
Congress
South
Hotel.
Beach.
You guys look into
Get your
it.
bathing suits ready.
We did have like a Fave 3 code that you guys could have put in for a discount if you would have got it while it's hot. But have no fear, there's still some tickets left, so I would advise you guys to get on that. Like our code is no longer valid, but you guys can still buy your tickets.
Right.
And you don't want to be a procrastinator and wait at the door because it's really
The
going to
door
be
may-
popping. So it may
yeah.
be over capacity. So you don't want to get your fit, get your hair cut,
Definitely.
get your braids done,
And
lay
try
them
to pull up
edges,
late.
all of that, and then try to go there, and then they're like, okay, well, we're over capacity.
Especially if you ordered
and
a bathing
freaking
suit
fire
online,
department is not with
and
it.
this is-
Exactly. So
You don't
get
wanna go
there
through
on
that.
time, get your tickets on time, get your outfits, get everything you need. Hit us up if you want to RSVP or anything like that.
If you
Still,
want to turn up with Phase
Facts.
3, definitely do that. Stay tuned.
August 6th.
August 6th. And
August
actually,
6th.
August 5th, there's actually a little concert that's going on.
A big concert.
A big
Yes,
concert,
it's pretty
I shall
lit.
say. And we will be hosting that as well. We're going to have lots of artists there. Yeah, so you guys
It's
definitely
called
come
Black Summer
there.
16. You guys can look at it on
And
our
it's-
Instagram or
yes.
hashtag it on Instagram. You'll find out where the tickets are. And the girls will be selling tickets as well. So if
Most
you guys need
definitely.
tickets, you can hit us up.
It's
for
at
them.
Club Pulse, and we went to the one that they had last year. Was it
Oh,
last
with
year?
Lil Uzi and Yachty.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
a lot of
It
people
was super
there,
fun.
and it was really good. So
really
we
turned.
can actually say it'll be a guaranteed great time just based on our experience that we had the last
Get there
time.
early.
Facts. We
And
won't
we'll
steer
be
you
on the
guys
mic.
wrong. We'll
Yes,
definitely
So
be
catch
emceeing.
us there. We'll be emceeing. It'll be super fun. And also, like we said in the beginning, check out our vlogs
On YouTube.
On YouTube, woo woo! Finally, yeah. So just type in hashtag Fave3, or you can hit the links in our bios. They will be there for you. And always remember,
We'll give it to you raw.
Not
Make
from
sure you-
long distance, though.
Yeah, 'cause they
then
know
you're
it's
gonna end
not-
up pregnant, and then this is over for that.
Facts.
Yeah.
Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all.